Hey guys, my name is Amanda. Welcome to my channel. I'm so happy to have you here today. Today's video is going to be Halloween. I'm going to share some Halloween DIYs with you today. I'll talk a little bit more about the challenge here in a minute, but for now, if you're new to my channel and like what you see, please consider subscribing. Also, giving me a big thumbs up really helps me out here on YouTube. So here's an idea inspired by Whitney over at Whiskey and Wit. She is amazing and she does some awesome fence picket DIYs. I am going to create a smaller version in my own style. So I'm going to take these 4 wooden crates from Dollar Tree with the handles. I'm going to remove the stickers and I'm going to paint them. I paint 2 with Waverly Plaster, 1 with this green folk art color, and 1 with Pumpkin by Waverly. Once that is done and all dried, I'm going to begin using a pencil to get a rough sketch of the faces that I want to create on here. And once I do that, I'm then going to come in with the appropriate color paint. So for this, I am using ink by Waverly. Next, I am going to do the same for my little jack-o'-lantern, just sketching it out in pencil and filling it in with that ink by Waverly. I am then going to create a little candy corn by just tracing it out and using the appropriate colors. I did go around that one with a Sharpie to add some squiggles. Now for my little Frankenstein, I'm just sketching out his brows, some eyes, and then filling that in with the ink and plaster chalk paint. Once these are all done, I'm going to glue them together side by side, trying to make sure that they are all level so this will stand nicely. Once that is done, I just allow the glue to set for a minute and these are nice and sturdy. You could use a longer term glue if you wanted to, but this worked out well for me. So here is what they look like. I'm going to add a little tiny bow to my ghostie's head. I just tie this like you would tie a shoelace. I also add a second little bow with Dollar Tree ribbon to the middle of my candy corn here. And then I take the same ribbon and just put a strip across the top to cover up those little handles. And here is what this looks like for just a few dollars. It is an adorable mini version of the large fence picket that Whitney over at Whiskey and Wit has made. I'm going to have Whitney linked in my description box so you can go check her out. She is absolutely amazing and you will find tons of inspiration on her channel. Whitney also inspired this next idea. She also made some ghosts with fence pickets recently. So I am going to create a smaller version using these Dollar Tree Scarecrow signs. I have 4 signs. I leave 2 of them the length that they are and cut 2 of them down with a saw. You can cut them down to whatever length that you want. Now to the top of each one, I have just cut little angles there to angle that hat. You do not have to do that. I never show myself cutting on camera because I am very clumsy and if I lose a finger, I don't want the whole world to see it. Now I'm going to flip these over and paint them with Waverly Ivory chalk paint. I am going to cover the back with craft paper when I am done so it's not messy. Now here I am showing you where my little helper Winnie decided to run across my ghost with her little muddy paws. However, I fixed that and I am going to trace the little ghosty faces on with pencil and then I'm going to fill them in with the Waverly ink chalk paint. I did each face just a little bit different. If you don't want to freehand your faces, you could use a Cricut to print them out, or you could cut out some felt. There's a whole bunch of different options. Once my little ghost faces were done, I used a piece of sandpaper to go over them just to give them a little bit of a distressed look. Now you're going to want to attach them all together. Just figure out the placement of the way you want them. And then I'm just using a couple of Dollar Tree signs to place on the back with some hot glue, but you can use whatever type of adhesive that you want. If you want to use popsicle sticks to attach these, you could, but it's probably going to take 11 of them. And that was just too many for me. So these 2 Dollar Tree signs worked out perfectly. And here's what this looks like. It is so cute. It is not as big as the fence picket one, but it is a really good size and it was so fun and easy to make and create. So thank you, Whitney, for all of your amazing inspiration. I love getting ideas from people and making them my own and of course giving them credit. And that is what this challenge is about. Every month on the 8th, I host this with my friend Charlene over at the Crafty Art Shack. This month, our co-host is going to be Katie over at Lady Red Crafting. She's absolutely amazing. I've just become friends with her, but I really enjoy working with her. You guys will have to check out her channel as well as Charlene's. I'm going to have both of these lovely ladies linked in my description box. I'm also going to have the playlist for this challenge in my description box as well, so you can get tons of inspiration. These next couple of ideas are inspired by Caitlin over at Crafts by Caitlin. She took one of these large wooden cutouts and made it stand up in a different way than I am doing mine. So you'll have to go check her out to see how she did hers. But I took these large wood cutouts from Dollar Tree, and here is the spray paint that I used on the pumpkin cutout, which is so much larger this year. I was really impressed. I'm going to use another one of these little crates from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to spray it with the same orange color. Once they are both dry, I'm going to attach them with hot glue, but again, use any type of adhesive that you like. Just make sure the bottom of your pumpkin is flush with the bottom of the crate, and this will help it stand up. Then you can put whatever you like inside of your crate. I did paint my little pumpkin stem with some Waverly ink chalk paint, and I did go ahead and fill in that hole. Next, I decided to add just a little bit more detail with a Sharpie around the edges of my pumpkin. Crafts by Caitlin. Caitlin actually does that a lot. These little designs on her project just adds so much interest. I did place a little bow down at the bottom of my jack-o'-lantern. I thought it looked like a little bow tie and was super cute. I used the same technique with this large house cutout from Dollar Tree and this crate. I spray painted it with black paint. You don't have to use high heat black paint. That is all I had on hand. And then I am going to glue these two together, making sure that I place the crate where it won't be seen through that larger window there. Now I did dry brush over this with Waverly plaster chalk paint, which is optional, but it gives it a nice distressed look. I placed a couple of candles in that crate, but you can place whatever you like back there. Dollar Tree does sell flameless candles. These are just some that I had in my stash, and I think that this looks super cute. You could decorate this up a lot more and add detail to it. And here's our large pumpkin head. Again, I think it is so adorable. You could customize this any way that you like, but here is a quick and easy way on how to get these items to stand up. Okay, our next idea, actually, our next couple of ideas are going to be inspired by Megan over at Glue Guns and Roses. She recently started posting again. I was so excited. I absolutely love her. So she inspired me to use some of these witches' legs. So I took this container from Dollar Tree and these witches' legs. I'm going to cut off the top to separate the legs, and then I am just going to stuff the legs up a little bit. So to stuff these so they stand nicely, Megan usually uses a piece of pool noodle, but I am going to use some trash bag. You could use trash bag, paper towel, pool noodle, whatever you like, just to get these legs stuffed. Once you have your legs stuffed, you'll want to glue the top together so it is all attached, and then it will be ready to place onto your bucket. So I did this to both legs, of course, and here I am gluing them together. Just be careful of the hot glue at the top, and once that is dried, I literally just place a little bit of glue on the top and place my bucket on top of that. I did that for both legs, and this is the quickest, easiest, but most adorable project. I displayed this today, and my kids were so excited when they came home from school to get a little treat. I knew this was not going to last till Halloween, but this is so cute. Such an easy idea and way to display your little candy bucket, and I hope that you like this idea. Here is another idea. Of course, this one, as I said, is going to be inspired by Megan over at Glue Guns and Roses. Again, she made this absolutely adorable little pumpkin person. So here is mine. You'll have to go to her channel to see hers, but mine is very close to hers, actually. I got a pumpkin bucket from Walmart. They were $1.98, and I got from Dollar Tree these two pairs of witches' legs. You'll want them to be the same color, or maybe maybe it won't. I don't know. I wanted mine to be the same color, and I stuffed them with the trash bags and glue them at the top just like we did previously. Now for 2 of them, I'm going to remove the little buckle of the shoe because I'm going to cut the shoe into a hand shape. I just freehanded this. It is kind of rough, but it looks cute. I just cut it like a mitten with a thumb and a round part. Then I am going to attach some hot glue to the top of my pumpkins where the little holes were, where I took that handle out. Sorry if I didn't mention that. I did take the handle out. So I glue these arms on top there, and then I am going to glue the little legs to the bottom of my pumpkin. I'm just going to add some hot glue and then set the pumpkin on top, and my pumpkin now has arms and legs. I then just attach a witch's hat. I had to go to 8 different stores to find mine, but I finally found one at a thrift store. I popped a bow on it and just popped it on top of my little pumpkin person. I absolutely love this. I thought it was so adorable, and the second that I saw it on Megan's channel, I knew that I had to recreate it. Again, you'll have to go check out Megan over at Glue Guns and Roses to see how she made hers. She is so talented, and I am so happy that she is posting again. Okay, here's another quick idea. I have no idea who to credit for Dollar Tree pillows because I see them everywhere, but I haven't seen anybody use these large Dollar Tree Halloween chair covers. I have seen the scarecrows for fall, but I haven't seen these turned into pillows. These are perfect. They're actually a bag shape, so I'm showing you here. The bottom is attached and the top is open, so they already form a bag. All of our work is done for us pretty much. All we have to do is get some stuffing, shove it inside the bag, and glue it closed. So I used some stuffing from an old pillow, but you can get really inexpensive pillows over at Walmart for about $3, and that goes a long way. I used one old pillow to stuff both of these, and these are quite large. I just used hot glue to attach the top. As you can see, there's already a nice little seam there. So I'm just pressing it all together. Just be careful of your fingers. The plastic does get kind of hot, but that is all there is to it. And then you have some large waterproof pillows. I love the fact that I can just place these outside and not worry about them too much. So I just place them on my porch on a couple of chairs. Again, these are very large, very adorable, and very easy to make. Okay, guys, here is an idea. I'm going to give credit to Megan from Glue Guns and Roses again because I am using the witch's legs that she inspired me to craft with. So I'm using this green paint by Folk Art, a 12-inch wood round from Temu, but you can get 12-inch wood rounds at almost any craft store, and Dollar Tree does sell large wood rounds as well. I'm using this Halloween cutout from Dollar Tree. I paint the wood round green, and then I spray painted this cutout black. Now I wish that I had not dry brushed over this. I wish I had just left it this black because once I dry brushed over it, I felt like the image kind of became not as clear or easy to read. So I did dry brush over this with the plaster. This is what it looks like. I was not happy. So you will see in the final reveal, I did go back and I did paint over a lot of this distressing just because I felt like you couldn't see it very well. So that's a choice for you to make to just decide whether you want to do that or not. But I got this wreath decoration kit from Dollar Tree. My hat was a little bit messed up. I had to trim the little band there and kind of glue it down, but this worked out really well. These have a lot of strings on them because they're meant to tie onto a wreath, so I just cut all the strings off, and then I am going to be placing the hat on the top and the little legs on the bottom. I did go ahead and stuff my little legs here as an afterthought so they would hang nicely, but I'm using hot glue to attach this hat to the top, kind of at an angle there to cover up those little holes that were on my wood round. So here is what that looks like, and again, this is so customizable to any color that you want, and you can use any wood cutout on top of the wood round that you want. Dollar Tree has a lot to choose from. I am then going to glue these little legs down here using my hot glue, and this is so easy, so quick, just a couple dollars, but I think it looks adorable on my porch. And here, as you can see, I did go back with the black and I did paint over it so these letters pop out a little bit better, but I just thought that this was a really quick, cute, original idea. And so thank you to Megan for all of the inspiration in using these little witch's legs. Okay, moving on to our next idea is inspired by Caitlin over at Crafts by Caitlin. This one is so quick and easy. So I saw where she had taken this boo sign, and it comes with a yardstick. It is meant to go in your yard, but she had used it as a wall hanging, so I decided to do the same thing. It actually has this little metal tab already on it that you can use, so I just decided to add a bow to mine and use this as a wall or door hanging as opposed to putting it in my yard. So I created 2 loops like so, and also a longer piece for tails. I scrunched it together and tied it, and then I just glued it down to my bee, and I dovetailed my tails by folding them over and cutting a triangle upward. Once that was done, I did tie another small shoelace bow with a Dollar Tree ribbon and glue that right in the middle of my larger bow. This was so quick and so easy, and I think this looks absolutely adorable hanging on the side of my house under my porch. But if you have a door that would hold this, that would be super cute as well. So thank you, Caitlin, for that idea. I really appreciate it. Okay, guys, on to our next idea. I have shared this before, but it's so cute. I wanted to share it again and give credit to Heidi Sambol, who gave me the idea to make this adorable pumpkin pie. Now, she used something different for the base of hers. But I grabbed a pizza pan and I sanded over the back of it. I then painted it with Waverly Pumpkin chalk paint and dry brushed it with some brown paint from the Dollar Tree. Sanding the pizza pan just allows it to take the paint a little bit better. So there is a tip for you if you have trouble getting your paint to stick to the shiny surface. I grabbed this bag from the Dollar Tree so that I could use the fabric to create my pie crust. I cut off the handles and I am just going to cut the bag so I have the back of it. Now I didn't end up using some of the front along the sides there where there was no pattern on it, but I simply just cut a slit and tore it. I tried to make my strips all about the same size. I didn't get it perfect, but I think it was really cute. I then began gluing my strips down. I did 5 strips either way, so it's easier for me to place my middle piece, and then I placed 2 more strips on either side of my middle piece. Once that was all done, I am going to trim off the edges. As you see, I have a lot hanging out there, but easy peasy, just trim those off, and our edges are going to be covered anyway. This was so fun to make. You could paint your pizza pan any color you like to represent any type of different pie that you like. Now I glued the other strips the opposite way, obviously. If you wanted to weave them under back and forth, you could do that, but this was easier for me. Once I had my pie done, I went around the edges with some more strips. Now you can do this with one bag like I did. Just make sure that you keep your strips not too thick or you will run out of fabric. I was able to do it. Again, I did use some strips off the front of the bag where that wording was. I just went on either side of the wording and it worked out fine for me. Now I'm just pleating my little crust pieces by adding a dab of hot glue and kind of folding it over. This is what this looks like. I got this cute rolling pin from Dollar Tree and glued it to the front. I made a little hanger out of the handle of the bag, and then I made a bow using Dollar Tree ribbon, and here's what that looks like. I just glued it on to the front at an angle. And here's what this adorable pie looks like. I had so much fun making this, and I just wanted to share it one more time in an actual recreation video, just to give full credit to Heidi Sambol because I thought this idea was absolutely genius, and mine is hanging in my kitchen right now. I have gotten several compliments about it, so I hope that you like this idea. So that is it for me today, friends. I truly hope that you enjoyed this video, got some inspiration. Also, please don't forget to check out my friends and the playlist that I will have linked in my description box for even more amazing inspiration. Again, if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. If you do subscribe, hit the bell button so you're notified every time that I upload. And please consider giving this video a thumbs up. It really helps me out here on YouTube. I appreciate you so much, friends. Please take care, and I will see you very soon.
and subscribe to my mom's channel. And thank you for watching today's craft and stay safe.